my prayers.
He has. Do you know that was him or the one with the true name that actually answered your prayer because you've been led by a false pastor who done led you down this wrong road? Then the pastor tell you about Jesus. Then the pastor tell you about God. Then the pastor tell you about Lord. Then you find out out there from them, go to Jeremiah 23 and say, woe be unto the pastor. You've been led by a wrong shepherd. You ever
live running. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Get them all skinned.
I'm reading out of what the King James book says.
Well, guess what? The King James version is a slave Bible. They dropped that off on the plantation, and the slave master whipped it on your grandfolk. And your grandfolk, you know, your grandfolk got the oral tradition of Jesus' return because that slave ship. They told it orally until that book came out 49 years later, and here go Jesus, the ship. Now he's a nigger.
Bad.
He's supposed to be returned.
So
Y'all, are you going to stand with that book that the slave master gave you? Yes or no? It's simple. They don't think you got to do is say yes or no.
She said, yes, what's your problem?
See, in the scriptures, you done came to a point in your life, and your life is today. And now you've been asked, are you going to stand with the truth? Or are you going to get the truth? Or are you going to stand with the slave master doctrine? That's where you at right now. Are you going to stand? Are you going to go get the truth? Or are you going to stand with the slave master? Go.
I am in the truth. I believe. I already told you what I believe.
The slave master gave you the Bible. Are you going to go?
That's true. That's how you feel.
Shit, have you did any research? That Bible come to you on the plantation. Are you going to stand with that same doctrine that was given to you at the end of a whip?
Why do it matter who gave you the Bible as long as you had the Bible?
We already had scripture before that. We already had information before that. We already had the truth before that. They brought your ass over here and changed everything, gave it to you. I'm going to ask you again. Are you going to stand with the slave master's book? Yes or no? You know, King James was a part of the London Company, which John Hawkins, who got the Jesus ship, he a part of the Plymouth Company. When John Hawkins brought him over to get tobacco for the Plymouth Company on the Jesus ship, King James was sending the Bible behind that Jesus ship in 1611. You weaker than goddamn macaroni that done slept in water overnight. You from the church of the first refrigerator. You don't belong over here. Cause your ice cube ain't gonna do nothing but melt over here in the fight. Holla at you. And like how rich niggas say, ta-ta. Shit, peace. Get out of here. Straight up. Weakling. Why you got bed bugs, nigga? Why you think you got bed bugs and you can't get rid of them motherfuckers? Because you got Jesus in your house, nigga. That's right. Jesus is your motherfucking bed bugs. That nigga bite you. That's why. You want to know why come over there with that? Because Yahushua and the Father knew that today would come and you would be questioned about Jesus. And guess what? You denounced Yah. You denounced the Father. You denounced his Son. Therefore, you got bed bugs. Sleep tight. I hope the bed bugs bite. For sure. Real talk.
Yeah, we go over for it. See that shit.
All you gotta do is just present them with a little truth. They're gonna stand with the slave master every time. You showing them the slave master gave it to them. You showing them that this slave master made. You showing it to them. And a nigga still sit up there. Still crying, still whining. Go take your ass out today and spend all type of money on name brand shit. Louis Vuitton, Gucci. You gonna buy McDonald's and Bumpers and Walmart and Kroger's and Walgreens and all that shit with names on. Motherfucker, you can't even operate out here without a name on something. Show me how you operate with no name. Nigga, everything you got a name on it, except your Christ, nigga. I ain't studying no name, but I gotta go to Walmart. I ain't studying no name, but I gotta go to Shoney's. Oh no, Shoney's ain't even in business no more. Let me stop. Let me
Yeah, they still got them.
You right, don't need it. Name don't matter. Go call your dad anytime you want to. Call that some bitch Jimmy today.
Huh. They still got one in my hometown here. Huh. You. Real talk. Man.
We gonna call him Jimmy today. What's up, Pop?
Place to go eat breakfast. You. Peace. Yo, I was thinking like, yo, in the town I was born in, they still got Shoney's, fam. We still got everything from back in the days, man. I was thinking, man, I can use some pancakes and shit right now, so I can't just drive there though. Yeah. Peace. Man, not too much, huh?
Should you stick with what the slave master gave you today? If the slave master gave you the King James Version, got God, Lord, and Jesus in it, do you keep that information today knowing that the slave master gave it to you and flipped your information? Do you still stick with the slave master book? Yes or no?
It's not a yes or no question. You don't answer that with a yes or no because it's more detailed than that.
He's sick with the
Me,
slave master.
It's like this. I can't complain about a script
God damn it.
until I can speak and read
Go here, man.
our ancient script.
Look at that shit.
So what's in front of me,
Look at the date on that.
if I can't fact check it or transliterate it back to the language,
See it.
then I just gotta accept what's in front of me.
All right.
If I have a concordance like this language provides for us, then I can fact check and go back to the script to see if what's transliterated is actually facts. So, yeah, I'll keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Once I find out what's not right or what's not true, I'll dismiss it. You're gonna hear me talking about it. See what I'm saying? Until I get access, right? Like, it's it's a process for me to understand Gabari because it's a lot that I got going on at home where I can't sit down and study the language like I need to, so I can get it and read it and speak it. So I don't even start the process yet because I know the time is not there.
Right.
But when that time get there, understand this. You're gonna hear me talking a certain type of way. You like, nigga, get sharp. Nigga, speak English, nigga. For real. Because I believe things like this, and I'm gonna land my plane. In order for people to understand the truth, they gotta hear it. If you keep repeating the lies,
what the fuck?
that's all they're gonna know.
Well, baby.
Are you?
They've got one in fucking
Appreciate that, bro. That's all. It's always trying to work with Nita on, but seeing she couldn't get that far. I don't know. What's up, no? I'm just
Look.
You come back up, Nita. I don't know why you went down. I'm just.
They really got one.
And my question should be, are you doing enough studying? But what's the question then? To come up out of the KJV, what should I ask somebody, Yeshua? Are they doing enough study to come out of the KJV? What's the question? I need the proper question.
I never thought about that. Let me put a little thought to that.
Are they doing enough study to come up out of the KJV? What are they doing? Are they staying stagnant? I'm trying to see what's the question should I ask these people?
Well, I can tell you this, Fire. Even once I understand, right, Gabari, and be able to read the script and write the script, my foundation will forever be the Holy King James Version Bible. Why? It's where I learn truth. That's where I learn my power. That's where I learn the power that I serve. So I'm not going to trash my foundation. My foundation is very strong. Very strong. What I did was I had to dismiss the mortar. I mean, the shit that make my mortar weak. You see what I'm saying? So the lies, the man-made doctrines, the religious shit, all that, I got rid of that. When I did that, I started seeing a lot of shit bouncing off of my foundation that was sticking at first. You know what I'm saying? Making my shit weak. Now it's like I'm able to grow. I don't have to go look back to the foundation like that because I'm constantly building, knowing that what's up under me can't be destroyed. And it started with the King James Version Bible, English version. So I'm not changing that for nobody. So for those who have a problem with that, not saying you, right? That's just that. But we should be able to progress. We should be able to start to seek for, like you, the Sefer. You know what I'm saying? That's taking it a step further than what was given to us, which is important. It's not about being stagnant, fam. It's about moving towards understanding our language as it should be. And you can't just do that being stagnant in the Bible. That's a fact.
So I think I got the question. Do you mind advancing your studies? I'm trying to see the question I can ask these folks, because I'm not trying to be contentious. I want to ask them, do they have a problem with it? Is that the right one, Pop? Do they have a problem with advancing their studies? Not.
That's a tough question. Like I said, I ain't never thought about that. So hearing it right now for the first time, it's like it's got my brain on the scramble. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking
would this question reveal
it probably shouldn't be a question. You probably should
reveal the truth. Would it
I was thinking
really reveal the true nature of a man if you ask them, are they willing to advance the Nita, are you willing to advance your study? She dipped.
I think the approach to get them to move forward is to show them. Because if you ask a specific question, they're gonna give you a specific answer, really not understanding where you're coming from for real. So if you approach it, showing and then ask, I think you have a better response. Right.
So, real quick, now, if you ask a question and you already have that wisdom in you, right, and without giving them any leading of or direction, and then they answer a question, if they answer that question the way they answer it, but then you have the wisdom that you know, you'll be able to decipher if they should even be that close. You get what I'm saying? And if they are close, that means that it's if they are close, or if they are, or if they can even comprehend it enough to voice it, then that's when your teacher spirit comes in, and then you can guide them to the answer, like you were saying, direct them. But yeah,
I asked the question, and she told me, she said, "Yeah, I know about Yahweh. Yeah, I know about Yeshua." I'm saying to myself, oh shit, like that's still wrong. You feel me? You know about Yahweh.
But see, even with that right there, though, fire, right? Because see, you got to understand a lot of we got to be reborn. A lot of our family got to be reborn again. They got to start over. Some have already started the process. You seeing them going through the Yahwehs, Yeshuas, and the different names and things like that, trying to make sense of what everybody else is trying to make sense of, right? Or understand.
I forget they're younger than me. When I was 34
but they talk to us like they know.
Yeah,
you feel me? They be talking to us like they really be in the know. So we treat them like they one of our peers.
We didn't act like they're going.
Knowledgeable buffoons. When somebody brought new information to us when we was coming up, bro, it was like we gonna sit a second, we gonna listen to it, and we gonna get blown away by this new information. Blown.
And you know it's crazy though. Even if brothers sounded crazy, even if brothers was drunk, you know what I'm saying, niggas was still respectful. They might have just laughed about that shit later. You know what I mean? Like, man, that boy's over there talking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you remember he said this though. So that shit did register. You know what I'm saying? Like, we bypass the shit that just like over our heads, like, nigga, what? But the shit that just like low key, you can kind of comprehend that as a young. The shit that we can comprehend, we kept it. I'm gonna just put it like that. Especially for me, because I looked at the information that I would get from the men in my life. I took that shit very important. That shit was very important to me. I'm glad you did. To understand. No, I appreciate it. I took a lot of the shit that you said really important to me, brother. To be honest with you. Hey, respect, Doc. Respect. Especially my big brother Fire. What up, big brother? What you got going on, man? Yeah. Wake it up.
Oh, that's not what we doing.
Yeah, but nah, bro, I definitely understand that question. And that question, fire. Ask a couple of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, that you respect, that question, how should they approach you? And see how many different responses you get. See how many that speak on the same level of understanding that we have. You're gonna see that it's gonna be some crazy responses, bro. If you just
on this app, yeah, man.
Just a second.
But I noticed I went to this panel last night, and I heard them boys mention Melchizedek, right? They was like, yeah, it does sound like a Canaanite word. And I was like, I just typed in the chat like, yo, that's a compound word, you know, and spelled it separately. And then like after that, they just lost like train of thought, bro. Like you gotta remember the medium that we're dealing with is big O. Like these people are really like small children when it comes to this stuff, man. Right. So like, yeah, man, it's real easy to beat up on them. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about it. So I've seen on this panel y'all read the non-commodity library, like, but no one ever talks about it. That for me says wonders. So can we talk about it today? Like, what do y'all see? Think about that, because it's pretty. It's just like I sense truth in the Bible. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of my awareness started to open up on this panel. When I got to that commodity, it was different. Like hearing about the aeons and hearing about the how the Father moved and hearing about how things would play out. Like I know y'all have read it. I know you have, because there's no way you couldn't have, because you guys are knowledgeable. I can say don't say that did it, because that shit just not hitting app form, bro. That damn Dead Sea Scrolls, that shit just not hitting app book form, bro.
Let me hit you real quick, right? I went to Kansas State in 1999, right? I got there. Only thing I had in my Bible only thing I had in my hands for the last 3.5 years before I got to K-State was my Bible. Maybe longer than that. Maybe 4 or 5, 4.5, something like that. But long story short, got to K-State, standing 10, 20 toes down on the Bible, and came across the internet, right? The search engine. I got a brother over here, you know what I'm saying, doing his work. I got this Arab to my left, lineman. This nigga looking at porn. Dude next to him, he on some video game shit. So I'm bored. I'm done with my work. So Spirit hit me like, type in 666. So I typed in 666. All type of information start popping up. And then it came to these, it said the lost books of the Bible. I said, what? I touched that shit. It gave me all of these PDFs. Then I was able to print them joints out. I mean, you know, I left out of that joint with about 15 to 20 books in black and white print. Like, I was able to put half of the books in my backpack, and then I had to carry the other half, you know what I'm saying, in the bag. And the joints were still printing. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So tomorrow, when I come back to study here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of them. You know, they had a sign up on a goddamn printer saying you can only print out a certain amount of things after that. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Then I went to the counselors. I said, those books that was printed out, I wasn't able to grab them all because they were still being printed. Where'd they go? They said they threw them away. I said to myself, very important information that I had that the Most High gave me access to. Bruh, ever since I've been having that information, I've been having a lot of different arguments and debates with brothers that stand solely on the Bible and have no idea what the Most High is talking about in these other sources. And how it actually supports everything in the Bible.
Facts.
So tap into the Dead Sea Scrolls, family. Very important.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I rock with the Dead Sea. I'm about to say I rock with the Dead Sea Scrolls, but the Nag Hammadi though, I don't think it reads the same. Yeah, you said fuck that, huh? That's why, hey, bro. That's why I said like it looked good. It looked good, but it like. Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls is the information. That's different. I feel like the Dead Sea Scrolls is the information. Fuck. I got gas now, bro. Yeah. It's like if I was fucking smoking a cigarette. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, damn. Hell no.
You doing everything Yahushua said don't do. For real.
I got you. So, all right. Well, never mind.
No, that was the hardest. That was the hardest source for me to understand. And I wanted to throw it away. Once I put it right back into my hands. Because that was the first, I'm gonna keep it real, that was the first book I read, and I tossed it. Boom. I'm like, Nah, Testament of Thomas. The Gospel of Thomas, excuse me.
Okay.
So I'm reading it. Now, mind you, I'm a babe at this information. This new information that just came to me, the Most High just put in my hands, I'm reading it, and I get to the end of it, and I said, this ain't the Most High. Flip.
Yep.
And now, where I am now, I always say, I don't know where I thought I had the authority to toss some information that he put into my hands, as if I really understood it, reading it for the first time, like not even going back through it, not even taking no time, but just reading it for the first time and saying, what, this ain't it, and bleep, bleep. So, bubbling back, maybe 10 years after that, he put it right back in my hands, bro. And the only thing I can do is just be humble and say, man, what authority did you have to just throw any of your information away like you just knew and you understood all truth at that time? And I laugh at myself, man, at my ignorance, bro.
That's deep.
Because it's right back in my hands. So it's a message there, fam. We just gotta, it's just deep. It's a deep message because it's dealing with some information of him being in the child state. And we not used to, we don't read that. We don't see that. We don't have nothing like that in the scriptures like that to give us any notion that we had that recorded in any type of way.
But that's the beauty of it, though, bro. Could you imagine that in child form, being able to raise what's in child form to like, I think that's the ultimate that's the ultimate form of his love for the wisdom and the favor that he had in y'all. You know what I'm saying? To be able to allow you to see the process of something y'all love so much. You know what I'm saying? I get that aspect of it. I get that understanding of it. That's why I'm open to all forms of information, because I feel like y'all everywhere. You know what I mean? And I'm learning from y'all. Wisdom, the fire, other people on the panel, other beings on the panel. I mean, I'm aware of that, but I'm only aware of that. I'm only aware of I need to be open to learn from things that love pops. Period.
Yeah.
Because and then something tells me, this is something that I don't tell too many people, but something tells me go through everything that you're presented, that comes into your experiential bank. go through it all. Whatever happens, the whatever they feel, go through it. So they can see, and then in the end they'll know, and then it'll all work out. So yeah. So I take the shunning. I take the laughter. I take all that. You know what I mean? Because I assume I'm having patience just like the creator had for me while I was going through my phases on doing things that I knew I was better than and didn't want to do, but I just something was like, go through it, deal with it, go through it, because you're being wise. You know what I mean? And they need to see you go through these things to understand their own concept, what's that word? Narratives of what it is, and then build upon their understanding. Because no matter how wise or ancient your understanding is, it's still other stuff that's been gifted to you to experience and learn and cultivate, if you will. Wow, that was deep.
Mm. Yeah, but I got it though. No.
I feel you, bro. Just
Some,
remember, I'm
some
learning
things
it with you.
some things you know, everything that's spoken don't always need a response. Sometimes shit just need to marinate. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm gonna ask you, do you read the Kibber Nagar?
Not yet. But I will put it in the comments.
That's the Egyptian holy book. Kibber Nagar.
Egypt, temperament.
Ethiopian.
So
Ethiopian holy book. Kibber Nagar. I can't go around reading all this stuff, man.
I got you. I gotta read it right now. That it's so many different. I mean, I know I bring it up and you say
the Kibber Nagar ain't talking about y'all. They're not talking about y'all the Bayoff. Yeah, never at that got me out. When I saw him standing with Yada Bayoff and talking about Yada Bayoff in the Nakamati and all that, I had to let it ride for him.
Yeah.
The Kemper Nagas ain't standing on Yada Bayoff. The Dead Sea Scrolls ain't rocking with Yada Bayoff. The only piece of information I done saw rocking with Yada Bayoff, that serpentine demiurge nigga, is the Nakamati. Yeah. And that shit was found in Egypt. And Egypt got all the snakes. They even put it on top of their head. That's why I have to say that the Yada Bayoff, the Nakamati to me is a slippery, slimy serpent, like a snake in the grass. You can't even see it, but he gonna bite the shit out of you.
I got you, but dig it. So when I read the Nag Hammadi, right, what the story, since I actually studied it, as many books of it as I possibly can to try to get the narrative on top of the Bible, on top of the I forgot how to say it, but it's an Indian book talking about Brahma and all that stuff. I study all that, you know what I mean, and I find the truth. I feel like I find the truth in a lot of it, but I know this for sure that Yada Bayoff in the Nag Hammadi library ain't a good character. You know what I mean? It's a needed character, but it ain't a good character. Damn sure ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, what about Sophia? What about Sophia? That
was beautiful, bro. That was a beautiful. She did some fuck shit.
Hold on, right quick.
Hold on, wait.
Yeshua might not know about this Nag Hammadi. This is where your Sophia is at. Yeshua is in the Nag Hammadi. Your Pistis Sophia,
okay,
the mother, great mother, Sophia. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the great mother Sophia. This is what I got from Pistis Sophia. I got that so she tried to do some snake shit. She really did. She had it in her mind to do some real snake shit, and she suffered for that by the rulers, right? right? She suffered for that snake shit. And then, after years and years of suffering, Jesus, the Christ, her case got brought to him and his table. You know what I mean? His confidants, his saints. And after hearing that snake stuff she tried to pull, Jesus allowed his saints to talk about it, and then allowed her to say her case, and then allowed before himself allowed all his saints to decipher what it is that she really meant by what she said. This caught me. This sounded familiar to me. I'm like, oh, that's some real thing he's doing. He's taking it out of himself and allowing the homies to actually decipher this before he deciphers it. And then after all of them said she's sincere, she sees she actually did something wrong. She understands it. She went through the pain and suffering of her choices, and then he turns around and he forgives her. Not only forgives her, gives her power back. You get what I'm saying? And then allows her to go back in front of the people who's been condemning her and voice that repentance, that her repentance had been received by the Christ. You get what I'm saying? Now she still had to go back into the world and suffer a little bit more, but at the same time, that forgiveness that was involved in that was deep to me because it was a real court type of procedure to it, and it was just deep. I don't know. I felt that. You know what I mean? I felt that. I don't know. I think it was a good book if you asking about Sophia. Now as far as what she done, I mean that's neither here nor there to me because at the end of the day, ain't nothing gonna beat the Creator. Ain't nothing gonna beat what I truly believe that because I came out of oblivion. You know what I mean? I was in oblivion, bro. You saw me in oblivion. You saw the whole process of this. You know what I mean? So fire, just you being able to know that you saw the whole process of it. You know where I came from, right?
Right.
Right. So that forgiveness that was given to me, if you will, if it was forgiveness or if it was ordained, I don't know. But it was. I feel like I'm graced to be able to just jump into some awareness off of an app called Bigo. And then I look up what Bigo means, and it's called Before I Get. It stands for Before I Get Old. Like shit deep. It gets deep. And then you said the Alabama thing. You feel me? And then I moved to I was born in Alabama. Did you know, Fire, that I was born in a hospital called Providence Hospital?
No.
Yeah, and this is what here. And then I just put in the comments what the word Providence means, because you got me into researching these words, because words can mean some other shit, right? Look what the definition of Providence is. Oh, it gets deep, bro.
Let me tell you something. That word theology is the study of God. You know that?
Yeah. So and then I pick.
Did you know that?
And then I pick. Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you know that theology meant the study of God? Yeah. That was tough.
Let's go even deeper. How about being I'm starting it now. Now people can call this narcissism. They can call whatever you want, but I don't fall into those traps. You know what I mean? I just say
the narcomatic gonna make people think that they denounce the great mother in the Bible. I know what it's up to, bro. I know what it's up to. I'm telling you now. It's gonna make it makes people ask, where's the great mother in the Bible? That's where people get that information from. You never know where they got the great mother from. You think it's a brilliant idea out of their head until you get the narcomatic. You say to yourself, this is what them niggas been reading. This is where they see the great mother shit at right here. And that's where it's dripping. Because the Bible ain't meant to be great mother.
Oh, my bad. the main thing that got me in the Nas Hamadi, the main thing is when I heard, because all my life, bro, I'm telling you, even when I was not aware at all, I didn't know anything. But when people would talk about the Holy Spirit and all that stuff, the Holy Trinity. I've said this since I was a kid, bro. I was like, it makes more sense to me that the Holy Trinity would be the Father, the Mother, and the Seed. That always made more sense to me before I was even in tune with anything. And then when I was listening to the Nakamati and they said that, I was
blew your
serious.
mind.
You know what I mean? It blew my mind because it made it.
Because the mother is here now. You've been looking for the mother. The mother's here.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy to me. And it's stuff like that drives me. If I experienced it and it stuck with me, I forget a lot of things, but I don't forget certain things. And I feel like those certain things that I don't forget, I'm supposed to remember. And when I read that book, and then it was saying so many different ways of my thought processes throughout my life, and it was mentioning them when I couldn't find those answers on Bigo, I couldn't find those answers in other books that I had read. But then I get this book,
right here. Where'd she go? The Bible call her wisdom. Ain't got no name. They say that she ain't hers wisdom. Man, I go to Nakamati, they point that bitch out. You hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep.
I don't think he's understanding, Far. I don't think he's understanding, Far. Hey, Far. If you go back to the a lot of them are studying like I don't think they even really know too much about that, but a lot of them have heard of Inanna. They call it by different names. Ishtar. You know what I mean? And I think that's they. Even if they don't know that that's who that's supposed to be, that's.
You're saying the great mother gonna lead them to Ishtar.
Well, that's the thing. That's where I think it comes from.
Don't leave out the main one, Lilith. That's the main one they talk about now.
Yeah. But she's actually newer. She was made by the Khazars.
The title that was just mentioned is talking about the same deity.
And she was made by the white folks. We had.
The Nakamati. I got it right here. Was about to buy a hard copy of it until I started talking about great mother. Had no problem with Muslim people. Love my mother. Got no problem with women. Love my mother, my sister, my auntie, none of that. But when it came to this great mother, I didn't see no quadashness in it. I didn't see that.
No, you not. So the first thing the first book in the Nakamati that I got into, like listen to daily all the time to really understand it because it was so dense in information, was the tripartite tractate.
Yep.
And that the thing that kind of helped me receive it was the first thing it started with was the Father. It started with the Father. And before we talk about any of this, we need to make sure y'all know we have to give respect to the Father. And then the second one that I really received was the Invisible Spirit book. That was deep to me because then it talked about something outside of the Christ that's here that no one knows about. They can't even see it, but it's here though. And then that's where I feel like a lot of people get confused at. It's something in, even if the great mother is tainted a bit, you get what I'm saying? She still had purpose in the three, if you will. You get what I'm saying? There's something going on in those three. I'm trying to figure out. That's where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out totality so I can understand. And then, you know what I mean? But I really feel like I won't understand till I'm about 50. You know what I mean? I'm only 36 now. But the fact is realm where, yeah, go ahead. In this realm, we need a woman to procreate, right? To keep things rocking and rolling, to keep our bloodline moving, right? We need that to keep it going. In the spirit realm, right? We talking about things that was created, not birthed. So how he saw fit to create things is what he created, and it still exists. You know what I'm saying? Facts. The fact that in this realm it takes male and female to coexist and to continue life here, we can't put that in the spirit realm.
You're strong. That's fire, bro. That's good deal, though.
And that be a lot of our problem. We try and put here, there, and that's not how it goes.
Oh, okay. So imagine this.
Because then we start. Hold on, and I'm about to land my plane. Because then we start looking at a female deity versus a male deity, where it's not even about female and male when we talk about that realm. We talking about the power versus the lesser powers that he created. And it's not saying male and female. It's saying that these are these powers that he created.
I got you. I get that. Well, what I'm saying is that there's,
and everybody want to apply the earthly concept to the heavenly concept. Because this ring as above, so below.
I know right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I personally don't do that. I personally don't do that. I don't know what the. I don't. Let's see. What am I trying to say? So as above, so below. I feel like there's at some times, at all times, I can perceive both. I can perceive both. I mean, that's what I'm doing.
As above, so below a scripture. Is that in the Bible?
I don't know.
Somebody might have it ready over here.
Now that's Hermeticism. That's Hermeticism.
I thought it was like where did that come from? Metaphysics?
Hermeticism. They try to say that they try to use the Matthew 6:9, the Lord's Prayer, and say that this the writer of it knew this knowledge, right? Where it says on earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Would be the compared concept or principle. But yeah, it comes from Hermeticism. Specifically, it's you can read about it in the Kabbalion.
Because I'm hard pressed to believe that there is crack cocaine in heaven. Nope. I'm hard pressed to believe that there is skid row in heaven, place where junkies are. That's why I caution people with as above, so below. You say that there are drive-bys in heaven. I remember my boy Master P come out with a song, Is There a Heaven for a Game?
Well, technically, we got the angel of death. The angel of death comes from heaven, fire. The Passover.
Now, what if how we perceive it? What if what you just said that some people do, which is taking it? Somebody said something about they take it literal, but what if we can't? We don't have a not we, but what if some people don't have a understanding of how space works or what space was meant? Then, like you see how even with the knowledge that you have or wisdom has, there was still a procedure of y'all learning more. There was still a procedure of y'all getting back to the basics and being humbled by information. Like wisdom said that he picked up the book and then through him putting it down, he learned how dare me, you know what I mean? Or why would I assume that? Like it kind of humbled him, and then he picked it up again. You get what I'm saying? So I think that happens on all forms of existence, even in heaven. Wouldn't it be a but? Now me looking at the resolve of it, like I be seeing resolve. Like what if we all came to the conclusion that we literally are here together? And then what would that look like? Well, that would look beautiful, but then what would be the process of getting it to look like that? A long journey of time and remembering. And then like it'll be a grand gesture from the creator, but one day we just, oh snap. We literally already been given everything that we've been preparing for all this time. So, and in the preparing for it, we've now grown accustomed to it and built integrity for it, and then we was already there. That makes more sense to me.
Hey, yo.
That's why I don't pray and ask for things. I pray and thank. I thank you for this discernment that you've given me to be able to see these things. Thank you for them understanding. Thank you for little things and big things. Just thank you. Because I feel like it's already there. I'm just learning what it is that's there. But it's already there for sure. I believe that.
Hey, so check this out, right? So here's another one fire for you. Matthew 18:18 says, "Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven."
Because we already here. We already heard you, sir.
Hold on. I missed the last part. I was moving around, getting ready for work. What happened? We already where?
We already in heaven.
Huh?
We already in heaven, bro.
According to what document?
According to the document of Noah.
No. Read what was just said. I know. I just agreed with what was read again.
Yeah, I said. It's Matthew 18:18 says, "Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." So that's why I can't agree with the drive-bys and stuff, man. 'Cause, you know what I mean? Like, during the Passover, there was an angel of death that was released upon, on the people, on the firstborn sons of the Egyptians. That was a drive-by.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like an oxymoron. You get what I'm saying? Like what the expert just reminds me of an oxymoron because it works either or. So say if you in heaven, or say if you're in a heavenly state of mind, and then you find something or you oppress something, right? And what could come from you not oppressing that or not binding that thing is true freedom. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me being mad at something I don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to think about what I desire where I'm at. You know what I mean? In this physical realm. So I'm not gonna be around nobody that's negative. Go ahead.
Watch the example set by the Most High, right? By Yahushua. All right. Melchizedek, right? When he showed that we can stop things from happening here. What's the word that you just used? I can't think of the word. Maybe you get it with the explanation. Where he basically told the tree, the olive tree, it won't grow no more, basically. Right? So he stopped progress. What he didn't do was he never did that to a person. Right? He never showed that type of power, should be used on mankind. Right? But he did show that, we have control over elements by speaking simple words. And that showed me a lot of power that we have access to only if we tapped into the source. I've seen our ancestors doing a lot of things, controlling a lot of the elements that the Most High created. Not just in the scriptures, but also when I tap into our so-called Native American family that was here. You understand? Tapped into the same power, same source. Was able to manipulate the elements for rain, for our crops. All the things that we read about in the Bible, you can see the practices being done from certain tribes, certain people. So like our information is it's eternal, bro. But it's rejected by those that don't have it in them to receive it. And it's unfortunate. It's a lot of our very own, bro. It's unfortunate.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
So how I was thinking about it, like right when you said it, I was trying to think of the resolve. So say if they did do exactly what they're supposed to, right? And then say, I think the fear isn't what I would do or what any of us would do, any of the chosen ones, any people any people who are getting what's deserved. It's not what they would do in retaliation. It's what they would do afterwards with no retaliation. That would then make everyone else hypersensitive to what was done and how wrong it was and how it had no need for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it would be their own shame, their own understanding of man. We did it. There would be no need for any of us to say anything. Shame would eat them alive because it wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. I don't feel like it was needed, but it was done. But it wasn't needed. But it did help me to understand what people go through, what people really go through, and how and how wrong it is, and how unnecessary it is, and it's still forgiveness on my end. While I live out the rest of the life, how I'm going to live it out and die the way I died because of that oppression that wasn't needed. And then after that, that's when the change. That's when the resolve of everything happens. Damn, we did them like that, and it was like that. We can't ever let that happen again. And then that's a win-win for me because I'm all for the people. Yeah, I gotta go. That's our young generation, family. You know what I'm saying? And at least he thinking. You know what I'm saying? At least he attempting to try and, make some changes according to how he sees it. That follow, or that I would love to follow. And right now, I can tell you right now, in truth, my oldest son, he followed, you know what I'm saying, in his own little way. But then I got my oldest daughter, she went backwards, and my middle son went backwards. So, yeah, man, life ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Not even under my household. So me trying to think that I can maneuver, manipulate brothers and sisters that's not up under my roof, I don't play that game with myself.